Okay, in this video I would like to expand on something I started talking about in my last video. And I feel it important to expand on this idea because it'll give people a greater understanding of how to do things. It's called the police state of mind, or a psychological aspect of police. How to beat them. In protest, because, well, you know, that's the current thing. See, this is going to be a video about the psychological aspect of how people interact and how they think. And it basically touches on our most primal ideas and feelings and emotions and beliefs. Now, the difference between us and the cops, it's the same thing, but we take it different places. Now, police officers, you gotta understand, when you're a cop, it's all politics. Ask any police officer, they all tell you the same thing. It's politics, 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 politics. And politics determine what they do, who they pull over, how many people they pull over, if they're going after more drugs this month, or if they're going after more speeders this month, whatever their quota is. Yes, they do have a quota. They are told, hey, we need you guys to get out there and start pulling over some more of these people speeding or whatever, because the mayor wants to run a campaign about, you know, click it or ticket, whatever the fuck it is. Okay? It's the same shit, they always do it in different ways though. Now, the psychology of a police officer is this. I win. I win, you lose. At all costs. Now, the psychology of guys like me and you and other people is, or the majority, let's say that, you know, oh, it's a police officer, don't talk to a cop, you know, run from the police, don't let them in your house, don't trust them, don't do this, don't do that, you know, and you gotta watch out for them, they're tricky, they lie, they do this, you know, they're all the stuff you hear from the OGs and the older heads and you know, adults and people who are older than you and stuff. It all just builds up to fear. Okay? When you were born, the first thing you do is you see a cop and they're your friend, and as you get older and you get a ticket here, or you go want to fucks with you here, or you get bent over cars because you're being patted down for walking down the street, you know, being human while walking, you know, you get patted down or searched, all that shit. And then it builds up a fear as you get older. And then as you get older, you accumulate material objects. And as you accumulate these material objects, you have things that you're worried about keeping. You don't want to lose. Your house, your family, your guns, your car, your bank account, you know, your lazy boy, whatever it is that you care about, you're worried about losing that. And from day one, you're taught that if you do something wrong, the cops will take it all from you. So that is your fear. That is my fear. That's your fear. You know, everybody's fear. Police officers, however, their mindset is, like I said, win, 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 win at all costs. When you start to run from the cops, in their mind, they're automatically, whether through training or whatever the case is, they automatically feel justified in what they're doing. Therefore, they give chase. And hey, they're a cop. You don't run from me. You don't ask me questions. I ask you questions. You do what I say. Everything that they're taught and trained and all their buddies tell them to do makes them feel justified in the actions that they're doing. Okay? Now, how does this relate to the last video and the protests? Like I said, when the cops start lobbing tear gas and macing people and arresting people and things like that, they're doing it to discourage people from continuing on what they're doing. They tried to arrest a lot. They arrested 700 people. That's a huge number. I mean, that should have a big effect, but people didn't care. People weren't fazed by that. So what do? They ramp up their actions. They start cordoning off women, macing them with the orange nets. And then they get out scooters and horses, and they're pushing people back at barricades. The next thing that's going to come out is riot police, and they got terror squads out there and snipers on the roofs. And yes, they're there. Why are they there? Well, anything could happen at any moment. You know, there could be a terrorist amongst you, and you all are protesting, and he could just blow himself up and kill all kinds of people. So we need to have a sniper there to stop the bomb from going off. You may think it's ludicrous, but hey, what you gotta understand is the police, the biggest weapon the police have is your fear of them. I've said it before. The way you fight police and you win is you show no fear. If you show no fear, they don't feel justified in their minds because they're trained that, hey, this guy runs or they start running or they're getting scared, then what I'm doing is right. You know, I feel justified. But if you stand your ground and you don't run and you don't retreat and you and everybody else there is ready to go, not only do you have overwhelming numbers, but you completely destroy their strongest weapon. You disarm them completely. And then they're scared. And then everything they've been taught, everything that they've experienced and however many years they've been on the force, it doesn't mean anything. Because police, maybe 1% of the time, all police throughout the entire nation ever have anybody stand up to them. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you don't back down, they don't know what the fuck to do. Genius, isn't it? Genius. And then they're outnumbered, they really don't know what the fuck to do. It's pretty powerful, isn't it? Because what really are their options? I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of protesters there, and there's, you know, maybe 1,000 cops, if that, maybe 2,000. They're still outnumbered. Even if there's 2,000 police, they're still outnumbered 5 to 1 or more. And when they start lobbing tear gas and breaking out the sound cannons and LRADs and macing people and tasing people, and the people stand there and look at them like, what the fuck do you think you're about to do? I'm not going anywhere because there's nowhere for me to go. We're right here, we're right now, and we're in your fucking face. Go ahead and charge, we'll come back at you. And the police will, I guarantee they'll be standing there looking at their other buddies, they're on their comms, hey boss, what do we do? They wouldn't know what to do. Can you tell me, what is the police procedure when there's that many people who are not going to back down? And the trick to it is, gentlemen and ladies, is you can't let them cordon off small sections. Because what they'll do is they'll do like they did on the bridge. They'll cordon off like 1,000 people. And they'll get you in a corner. They'll do what they're called kettling. And then they'll control you. You're surrounded. It makes you feel scared because there's nowhere for you to flee to. Okay? Don't let them corner you off. If you're on a city block, you have to be arm to arm from building to building so that they can't get around you. Alright? If you're in Times Square, and I've been to Times Square, fuck you Sierra Smith, I've been to Times Square, and oh man, they can't cordon off, because if you all are in the middle of it and you have those streets going from different directions, you have small patches of cops trying to come into a big ass crowd. Use those barricades to your advantage. When you try and push the barricades, they can push back. But if you get 3 or 4 people and you make a small split and you pull the barricade beside you and then you push, what the fuck are they gonna do? That is the most powerful thing you can do, is to not be scared and not to retreat, is to hold your ground. Remember, you all outnumber the police, and their biggest weapon is your fear. If you're not scared, they're completely disarmed. That's how you win. Now I know what the other options are. You're scared of getting shot, right? Well, let me tell you, those cops know, without a doubt in their mind, if one of them pulls out a pistol and starts just mowing people down in the crowd, all hell's gonna break loose. All hell's gonna break loose. Because let me tell you, even if they're carrying, what do they carry? They could be carrying a Glock, or, you know, they've got a maximum of 15 rounds, but there's a couple thousand people there. You know, they're gonna get fucked up. And they might get 1 or 2 shots off, and once people start seeing the cop going like this, there's going to be some asshole there like me who's going to say, fuck this, he's not going to shoot me, I'm going to get him before he can take anybody else out. And that's the mentality you have to have. Go, 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 go. There was an old poem, and I'm trying to remember it. It was cannon to the left of me, cannon to the right of me, cannons in front of me, charge, charge, charge. I was from some battle and I probably quoted it wrong, but the point is If you retreat, they win. If you go on the offensive, they won't know what to do, and I can't stress that enough to you, gentlemen. If you'd like to mirror this video, because my good friend GNut1980, I hope I got your name right, buddy, he posted my last video. If you all want to use this video, you have my permission to use this video, post it on your channel. Just make sure you give credit, just in case someone wants to critique what I'm saying or yell at me or something like that. But you have my permission. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe, and fight the good fight. When it comes down to it, I'll be there, and I'll put my life on the line for any of you. I don't care who you are, as long as you're an American, and you want freedom, and you want to make things right and better. God bless every one of you. Later.